Welcome back to the Chris and Bob Show. Today we're going to have a special guest, Mike Elwell from Ancona Title. He'll be telling us a little bit about what he does for title. Chris, can you tell us a little bit about your experience with Ancona Title?
I'll tell you, Ancona Title, hands down, in my opinion, is the best title company out there. Excellent service, great rates. They're always there when you need them. I know I've known Mike now for years. He's always been a great asset to us, and couldn't recommend him any higher than I do.
All right. The reason we brought in the title company today is because it's one of the things that it's not explained very well to a lot of buyers, and it's actually not even explained well for a lot of refis. But it's something that the consumer has a lot of choice in, and it's really important that we share with you the perspective that we have from title companies. So we're going to send it over to Mike, and after he's done, we'll follow up and send you out for next week. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, well, thanks, Bob and Chris. I appreciate the introduction, and thank you so much for having me out here. Again, yes, we are the title company, and we do work with Bob and Chris. And our functionality and role is making sure that the closing goes smoothly. So they're doing the heavy lifting at the very front end, doing the pre-qualification, pre-approvals, getting it to the finish line, and that's where we come into play. So as the role of a title company, we provide two types of insurance for title insurance. One is a lender's title insurance policies. If you're getting a mortgage, you're required to have that. The lender wants to make sure that there's no other owners attached to that property or no other title defects or liens against that property. So that's our functionality. We do the searches. We make sure that there is no title issues because the lender's giving you money to buy the house, and they want to make sure that they're in a first lien position. So that's a lender's title insurance policy. The second one is an owner's policy. Now that's going to protect you to the value of that home. It's a one-time premium. It's the cheapest insurance that you're going to ever have in your life on the biggest investment of your life, and that's purchasing a home. And that owner's policy is there to protect you as long as you live in that property from anybody trying to claim ownership, any mechanic liens or liens against that property. So our functionality, again, is to do that search of title from in the past all the way up until the closing table. So we want to make sure that it's free and clear. Last point we do is closing services. We will walk you through all the paperwork that you're about to sign. We'll explain all the documents such as the closing disclosure, the promissory note, the mortgage, and any other disclosures that the lender has in the package or what Chris and Bob have. So that's in a simple nutshell, that's our role, and that's what we do to help Chris and Bob get to the finish line, make sure that the closing goes smoothly, and that you understand, more importantly, what you're signing, the documents that you're signing that day of closing. So with that, a little snippet of what we do as a role for a title company. Again, Mike Elwell with Ancona Title and Escrow. Chris, Bob, thank you so much for having me out. Really appreciate it. And I'll hopefully look forward to working with your consumers in the future. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mike, for all that valuable information about title. And again, Chris and I can't stress the importance of using a good title company, reputable title company, but it's always nice to have them presenting documents at our closings because they can answer all the questions even if we're not there. So we like to be at all the closings that we can, but sometimes our schedules don't allow it. And having Mike and his team close for us is one of the best things that we can have.
So please join us again next week where we're actually going to talk about a 203K rehab construction type program that was just released recently and something that I think will bring a lot of value to the spring buying market coming up here in the Twin Cities.
Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day.